Give me what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. Give me what I want, or I'm going to continue to hurt people you love. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. You just don't want to give it to me. Give it to me. Give me what I want.
We're going to give you what you want.
That's not what I want.
Pretty funny, huh? It's my opening, guys. Welcome, guys. AW here, Air Warrior, present to you the latest SmackDown wrestling-related content and sports. This is going to be it's all about wrestling, but wrestling discussion. So we're about a week and a half away from the biggest event of the year in wrestling, the history of wrestling. And that is WrestleMania 39, two-day night. Two-night event. And so we're going to talk about the best and worst of wrestling. Okay, the best and worst, the WrestleMania main event. Now, obviously, there's been 38. But there's also been more than 38 main events. There's actually been... there's been 43 main events because of the two-night thing. Yeah, 43 or 42. And we're going to talk about the good and the bad and all that Okay? You know what? So, feel free to join. Tell me what you thought. You're the best main event matches WrestleMania and the worst. Now, also next week's going to be a busy prediction show. Very busy. We got 3 shows to predict. Well, technically 2, but WrestleMania is 2 nights, so but still a lot of stuff to do on the prediction show. Next Thursday is going to be a longer stream. Next Thursday we're going to do NXT Stand and Deliver predictions and WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2 predictions, preview predictions. So we're going to do a very good long stream, next week on predictions. That's next Thursday. Shows and predictions for NXT, Stand and Deliver, and WrestleMania. So, yeah, that's next week. So, we're only about a week in. We're 9 days from WrestleMania. 9 days. 3 more shows. SmackDown tomorrow. Go home show Raw this Monday, and the go home show SmackDowns next week. 3 more shows until WrestleMania. So in 9 days is WrestleMania. The Hall of Fame is this Friday coming up. I believe it's not this Friday. Friday coming up next week. Excuse me, man. Excuse me. So come join me for that, guys. Okay. Let's get on with this topic. WrestleMania has been going on since 1985. That's the first time we had WrestleMania. It's going strong. Almost 40 years next year. A lot of those times there's been a lot of epic matches, main events, and sometimes not so much. And this stream will be going through the good and the bad main event matches. Now, I don't have a list on me, so this is going to be off the top of my head of the of the main event matches. I got a very good memory to remember which matches main evented, especially early on and maybe a little bit later on as wrestling forward in time. So let's get on with it, okay? Okay. Okay. WrestleMania 1. That is when we got Piper, Paul Orndorff, and Bobby Cowboy Bob Orton involved with the iconic Hulk Hogan, Mr. T, Jimmy Snoot, and Cyndi Lauper. This was the first WrestleMania in New York City, Madison Square Garden. Now, this wasn't the best match, but it was a big match. It was a big match. And Hogan and Mr. T was just coming off. You know, he was in Rocky 3. The same film Hogan started as Thunder Lips. But this match wasn't the greatest match, but it was good. It was exciting. It was explosive. It rock and roll and wrestling mixed. This is what really, to me, this is the event that launched wrestling, I'm saying as a whole, into the mainstream media. This is the event. I mean, you could say Andy Kaufman here and there, but this is really the event that got not just nationwide attention in America, but worldwide. This was the event that made wrestling big. WWE in 1985. WrestleMania 1 was made wrestling gigantic. Something that everybody loved. That made it a mega attraction to go to. And wrestling was always seen as a territorial, carny kind of attraction show where you see this guys travel from town to town to wrestle. And yeah, of course, you got some big stars here and there, but it wasn't mega, it wasn't big, it wasn't nationwide in the States or Canada or internationally big. And this is a show that kicked it off. The event that kicked it off. So yeah, I mean that was big. That was big. Okay? There's no denying that. Okay? One of the biggest main events in the history of wrestling. Okay. Also, another big WrestleMania main event wasn't exactly the best match. You got an older Andre the Giant, but it's not the match itself that made this match interesting. It's the storyline leading up to it. It's the build up. It's the magnitude of this match. Hogan versus Andre. This is like the first time Andre the Giant turned heel, aligned himself with Hogan's, I'd say, true rival back then. Was first major rival. It's not was I was Bobby the Brain Heenan. Even though he was a manager, he didn't wrestle. But Bobby the Brain Heenan would always align with somebody just to, mess with Hogan, to try to end Hulkamania early, to be the antagonist, to be Hulkamania's number one adversary. And I gotta go. I'm sorry, I had to go to the bathroom. I'm sorry, guys. Forgive me. Okay. So I was talking about WrestleMania 3 Hogan versus Andre. Now Andre never won the title in his rest of his career. Never. Never. Okay? And he this time poisoned by Bobby Brain Heenan, getting in his ear and stuff. Andre wanted something, and he wanted the title from Hogan. But they lost. He lost at WrestleMania 3 when that famous body slam that Hogan put on Andre, even though he's done it before. But they make it built. They try to omit it from everybody, from the memory. They try to think people are stupid. They try to omit it like it's never been done before, but it's actually been done. Andre has been body slammed before that match. And look, it wasn't a. I mean, it's not. They didn't put on a wrestling clinic. I mean, Andre at that point in his career was, slowing down. He couldn't do it. He was getting older and he couldn't do it anymore as much, right? Physically, right? So it wasn't wrestling clinic. The best match of that night was not a main event. It was considered Ricky Steamboat versus Macho Man 97. That was considered the best match of that night. Okay. Okay, internet's okay. I'm just checking something, guys. I'm sorry. All right, let's go fast forward a little bit. Macho Man Randy Savage, the year after 1988. When Hogan helped him dethrone Ted DiBiase and Andre the Giant to become champion. Remember that in the tournament in WrestleMania 1988? That was WrestleMania 4, I believe. Savage became champion. Miss Elizabeth there, celebrate Miss Elizabeth. That was a big moment for Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, and then the year after, when Macho Man versus Hulk Hogan for the World Heavyweight Championship, the year after, the whole build-up to that WrestleMania match, a year-long build-up, the Mega Powers, the Mega Powers, Hogan and Savage are the Mega Powers, a team. Miss Elizabeth managing them, and then got to a point where Savage began to feel jealousy, envious towards Hogan, celebrating with Liz, thinking there's something between Miss Elizabeth, and Hogan. Into that famous night after, I don't know if it's Survivor Series, but my Survivor Series, when Hogan checked on Elizabeth backstage, and then Savage just brutally attacked him. And that led down to WrestleMania, right? Where Hogan defeated Savage to become champion. But the whole build up towards that was really, really good. Yeah, I have to shave again. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Hi, Vortex. Do me a favor, like this. Okay, what other things there? Later on. Well, 91, 91 wasn't that good. Hogan versus Slaughter. I don't care. 92? No. 93? Oh, 93 was bad. Okay, 93 is a bad one. That was Yokozuna versus Bret Hart, and that turned out to be. Thank you, Vortex. That turned into. Thank you, Vortex. I appreciate it. Sharing the stream, I appreciate it. That was the 93 one where Yokozuna won the title from Bret Hart, and then 5 minutes later, Hogan took the title from Yokozuna. That was a bad WrestleMania, bad main event. The WrestleMania after that wasn't bad. The main event, it was Bret Hart versus Yokozuna. Bret Hart had wrestled twice, same with Yokozuna, and Bret Hart won, became champion. 95 was actually a pretty decent match, main event match, with Kevin Nash, Diesel versus Shawn Michaels. Two friends, Shawn Michaels had Diesel as his bodyguard, but they decided to make Kevin Nash, Diesel a champion. Right, the champion, build him up, and they had a decent, pretty match. And then after that, Shawn Michaels turned babyface, but that was pretty good. Now, 96 was an epic main event. It was just long. Because it was an Iron Man match. An Iron Man match is wrestling. You wrestle for a certain amount of time, 30, 60 minutes, and whoever has the most wins within that time limit wins, right? And this is a championship match. Whoever has the most wins in the time limit, which is 60, for which is an hour, gets the belt. Unfortunately, Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, two really, really great in-ring technicians, great in the ring, really, really great wrestlers in the ring, two of the best of all time. If you put top 10 all-time wrestlers in ring, Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels is everybody's list. No question about it. But this is an Iron Man match, the best of the best, and probably in the business. Okay. But unfortunately, that match went to overtime because they were tied with the most wins after a 60-minute mark. So they went to 5-minute overtime, and that's when Shawn Michaels got the win and became champion. It was a good match all around. They just hated each other. These two hated each other. They did not like each other, and that's real life. They did not like, but they could perform. Then you got the 97. I don't know. I'm looking stuff up. Because I ain't nobody to talk to, man. I thought DL would come on, whatever. So 97 was not a good main event. I think that was Undertaker for Sid Vicious or Psycho Sid. It was not a good main event. The main event should have been Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin in the first blood match. That match, submission match. That match, but that wasn't the main event. But it should be the main event. That match was a classic, one of the best matches ever. But that was not a main event, so it doesn't qualify in this list. It does not qualify, unfortunately, because it's not a main event, so it does not qualify, as my title says. It has to be a main event. Fortunately, Undertaker vs. Psycho Sid was the main event, and that's for the title. Okay. Not a good match. Okay. 1998, I think it was a solid main event, knowing the situation with Shawn Michaels going into that main event match against Stone Cold. That's where the title, where Stone Cold finally became champion, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Right? Vortex knows who Stone Cold. I know I do. 213. I know. I'm trying to get to 230. I'm trying to get to 230 by the end of the month, but I don't think it's possible. So I'm gonna try to get to 220 by the end of the month. 220. It's my shorts, man. My shorts are getting me it. My shorts are getting me subs. And my videos too. Some of them. But going into this match, Shawn Michaels' back was badly injured. Really badly injured. Really badly injured. He injured a wrestling match a couple months before. But he wanted to give... Yeah, thanks. He wanted to give the title... Thank you for the good luck. He wanted to... they wanted to drop the title, obviously. Stone Cold was probably going to win anyway, even if he was healthy, Shawn Michaels. But he was battling a bad back, and he was in pain. Really pain. And he was messed up. But it was a good match for all the stuff Shawn Michaels could do with a bad back. Because Shawn Michaels is a very good in-ring wrestler, like I said a couple minutes ago. But his back could hinder his performance, really. And he tried his best. And I thought he pretty did decent with a really severe lower back injury that, after that match, put him on the shelf for 4 years. 4 years. 4 years. After that match, when he lost to Stone Cold and Stone Cold took the title, he was out of wrestling for 4 years. Because of that severe back injury. It's a miracle that he came back, okay? Oh, and 1999 main event. 1999 main event. Guess who? It's Black Adam. No, I'm kidding. 1999 main event was Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. Rock Dwayne Johnson. Yes, 1999, WrestleMania 15. Now, at this time, these two stars were megastars. Mainstream and wrestling world. Huge two stars, The Rock and Stone Cold. This was one of the biggest WrestleMania matches of all time. Now, The Rock was a heel, a bad guy at the time, right? And Stone Cold was a good guy, anti-hero like. He was a good guy, cheered by the crowd, but still an asshole. But at this time, The Rock finally got to the point he was champion. Him and Stone Cold main event. And the story going into is the corporation, and not the corporation's The Rock has The Rock's back. And Stone Cold is more of a loner type of person, a lone wolf. But this match is so good. And this was even the best WrestleMania match. But the story going in this match is so good. And then after that, when they had the Backlash, when they main evented Backlash, that was such a good match too. The rematch at the pay-per-view after, that was such an iconic match. good, and it was a good match. WrestleMania 2000 versus WrestleMania 16. I could say the storyline going in was Vince McMahon was in every wrestler's corner. It was Big Show, The Rock, Triple H, and Mick Foley. And the storyline going in was there was a McMahon in every corner. Stephanie represented Triple H. Vince McMahon represented The Rock. Big Show Shane McMahon represented Big Show, and Linda McMahon represented Mick Foley. But people, if you know, the main event should have been The Rock versus Triple H. Triple H at the time was the biggest heel in wrestling. Oh, tell me how it is, buddy. Tell me how it is. If you see it, you know what? If you see it Saturday, tell me how it is, okay? Because tell me how it is in my main channel, okay? When you see it, if you see it Saturday, tell me Saturday, okay? My main channel when I do my pop. It's all about pop episode 9. Just don't spoil it for me, but tell me how it is, okay? When you see it, try to be careful, okay? Save it, just okay. But yes, so the main event should be The Rock and Triple H. Triple H was the biggest bad guy at the time. The Rock was the biggest babyface, he was a megastar too. I think this week. And the thing is, the reason The Rock was the biggest babyface at the time, this is in 2000, is that Stone Cold Steve Austin was out with a very serious neck injury. So this is The Rock's biggest push. And unfortunately, they didn't do that main event at WrestleMania. And in the end, Triple H retains and blah. It wasn't good. Blah. I know I said blah. Okay. Now, I know 2001, the main event. This is a great main event. Rock and Austin again. Stone Cold Steve Austin and Dwayne The Rock Johnson again. A great WrestleMania match. This time, The Rock was a babyface. Unlike WrestleMania 15, when they first faced each other, where The Rock was a heel, The Rock was a babyface. So was Stone Cold. Sometimes at WrestleMania main events, they like to have babyface versus babyface, and this is one of those instances. The match was good all around. It was a good match all around. No damn question around it. Unfortunately, the ending, people got pissed off at the ending when Stone Cold aligned forces with Vince McMahon, the very guy he's been torturing, he's been causing hell for 3 or 4 years. But Stone Cold sold his soul to the devil himself, Vince McMahon, turning heel. And that was one of the biggest mistakes in WWE history, is by aligning Stone Cold with Vince and turning him heel. And it did not work. But it was a good match overall. The ring work worked, the storytelling, everything. Unfortunately, the end, I'll say that the end didn't really hurt the overall match, but it's okay. You were on my stream yesterday, right? You gotta do what you gotta do, buddy. Oh, check out Vortex. Did you see my short I posted today on my main channel? You gotta check it out. And so 2002 main event. Oh, 2002 main event was a big debate. That's Triple H versus Chris Jericho, where Triple H won. It was a so-so match, but that was not that everybody. This is arguably the most unanimous thing in wrestling. That should not be the main event. The main event should be The Rock versus the returning Hulk Hogan. And this is in my hometown, Toronto. But unfortunately, it was not the main event, but it should be the main event. This match, I don't remember that much, honestly. Later, Vortex. I don't remember that much, honestly. I really don't. The Rock Hogan match at WrestleMania 18 should be the main event. 100% agreed. Okay, like the Triple H versus Jericho match is good. Two good women wrestlers. Step McMahon, the story going in, but Rock Hogan as main event. All right. All right. 2003, the main event for 2003. Oh, that was a great match too. Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar. Great main event match. That's where Kurt Angle got hurt with the shooting star press by Brock Lesnar. But it was a good match. Brock and Kurt Angle. Like I say, Shawn and Brett are good in the ring. These two are damn good in the ring, especially Kurt Angle. Or he's a ring technician. He's a leader. He's just and people always wanted to see people dream matches. People want to see Kurt Angle versus Bret Hart. Man, I've been so for that. Kurt Angle versus Bret Hart. Damn yeah, and I definitely see Kurt Angle being the babyface in that situation. But damn, that would be such a great match. I mean, there's a good story there. Bret and Kurt, there's a good story there. If you could have done one. But yeah, Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle main event was good. It was really good. Okay. Okay. 2004 was it's gonna be controversial. That's when Chris Benoit had a solid triple threat match. It was a very good triple threat match. All good. Benoit, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels, all good. That was a good match, though. Okay? That main evented, and that was a really good match. That's where Chris Benoit became champion by making Triple H tap out. And 2005, which is really good too. It's really good too. And that was when Batista finally became champion. Defeating Triple H. Remember, they've been in Team of Evolution for a while, right? For 2 or 3 years, and they turned on Randy Orton, and this is where Batista, that infamous, very famous segment on Raw, where you look at each. What was I gonna say? Each contract, well, one is on SmackDown. Whoever champions brand, he threw down the Raw one, and we're pointing this to Evolution, Triple H and Ric Flair. But then he went like this, and he beat the shit out of them, powerbombing Triple H to the table, and challenged him at WrestleMania. And that main event was good, solidifying his Batista as a main eventer, a future champion, a huge megastar. Oh, obviously a huge megastar, not just wrestling anymore, right? Obviously out of wrestling, Drax, some other roles, He's become a movie star, basically. Joseph 6, I think this was John Cena versus Triple H, I believe. Was it? Let me tell. Okay. Yes. John Cena defeated Triple H. And this is where Triple H was in the middle of a heel from the baby face term, along with Shawn Michaels, where DX later on would be reborn. Mm-hmm. Solid match. Which two? And WrestleMania next year was John Cena versus Shawn Michaels the main event. Yes, it was. John Cena defeated Shawn Michaels to retain the title. This match, I think, was originally supposed to be a triple threat. I do think Triple H was supposed to be involved in it. I don't remember what the rumors or what the talk was, but Triple H ended up getting hurt a couple months. He tore a quad, and yeah, he was out for a while. So yeah, he couldn't be involved in that match. Obviously. And then 2008. Oh, 2008 was Undertaker versus Batista, right? I think. Yeah, 2008 was Undertaker versus Batista, which is a good match. Undertaker won, did very well, beat Batista to become champion. I think that was, or was that? Let me check. Let me have to. No, Undertaker defeated Edge to become champion. Yeah, okay. Undertaker defeated Edge to become champion. My mistake. Good match. Undertaker, yeah, it was a good match. 2009. Oh, 2009 was bad. Let's see what the main event was. Triple H defeated Randy Orton. And this match was not really good. The storyline was good, but this match was not good. Well, I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna end it a little early. I got stuff to do, man. Take care. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, and comment below. Take care, guys.